Greetings, Your Majesties. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself. And just like always, many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my still subscribers. You're loved, celebrated, and appreciated. All right. Whenever I sigh like this before I talk, it's gonna be the one that will shape the tables for you, right? There are no churches in Israel because there are no Christians in Israel. Africans. Yeah. There are lots of Africans who believe that Israel is a Christian state, a Christian country, and that is why you see them always listening to Israel, praying for Israel, hoping that everything happening in Israel should, they pray against the enemies of Israel, enemies that Israel succeeded in creating for themselves because of the wickedness that they have in their hearts, right? They don't even want to hear that they stole people's land and they are living there today. They don't want to hear that there were people who were brought in from Europe in 1948 and they made them a state, a nation, a country, and Africans don't want to hear this at all. Okay? So the question is that why is it that most Africans who travel for pilgrimages to Israel do not tell people this truth, that in Israel there are no churches? This was a question that somebody asked, and it rings a bell because this question is important. Majority of those who had traveled to Israel for pilgrimages, okay, the JPs, the Jerusalem pilgrims that have gone to Israel, they wouldn't open up to tell people what they passed through, how they were looked at, and the kind of amount they spend to get to some of those places. Remember that our auntie that was I was seriously crying in Bethlehem. They don't tell people that there are no churches there. Okay? And the love the Africans have for Israel, Israel does not have this love for you like that. In short, they are only interested in the money that they make from you as you come in for pilgrimages. They are only interested in the support you do for them. Because when you hear, oh, Israel need money, they want to develop the place that Jesus will walk. That place is shaking now, I want to break, so they want to fix that place. Every Christian in Africa will have to donate. You will see the way people will go and sell their farm produce, bags of rice that they harvested for their family to eat. They will go and sell it and bring the money, so that Israel can fix that place that Jesus walked that want to break. The place Jesus walked 2,000 years ago that want to now break. Israel want to fix it. So the whole Christians in Africa will donate. And imagine how much that will be like. Imagine that amount of money. They'll send this money to Israel. They are living off you, Your Majesties. And somebody answered and said, do those people that are even traveling there, do they know what they are doing? They just want to make a name for themselves, get some position in their various communities that they have traveled to Israel. They have gone to see the place Jesus died. They have gone to see the place Jesus was born. They have gone to see the place Jesus preached on the mountain. They have gone to see the place Jesus sat and ate. And people will look at them in awe, take them to, they'll place them in high esteem, worship them. They've walked the path that Jesus walked. Oh my goodness, who did this to us?
There are no churches in Israel. There are synagogues in Israel. There's no Christianity in Israel. When you buy a ticket to go on a Christian pilgrim to Israel, you actually go to Palestine. You don't go to Israel. They'll tell you arrive in Israel, but you get on buses into Palestine, to Bethlehem, to Jericho, and other places, which are historical towns of the Bible. That's Palestine. When they say in the news that so far 40,000 Palestinians have been massacred, consider the fact that 15,000 of those 40,000 are Christians. When you hear that they've leveled Gaza to the ground, it's not only mosques that they've leveled to the ground, churches too. Churches are not found in Israel. In Israel, you find synagogues because there are no Christians in Israel. These Europeans who call themselves Jews, Israelis, are not Christians. If you are in your country, if you look around in your country, wherever you are, whether you're in Africa or Europe or United States, look around and tell me if you can see a Jew who is a Christian. Tell me. Point at one Jew who is a Christian. There's none. Do Jews come to church in your country? No. They have synagogues. They are followers of Judaism. But those Arabs are not all Muslims. They want you to believe that they're all Muslims. And the mainstream media is just showing mosques going down. But for Christ's sake, churches are also going down. 2,000-year-old churches, 3,000-year-old churches with a rich history are going down. In Gaza, in West Bank, in Lebanon, same thing. Those Lebanese are not all Muslims, my brothers and sisters from Africa. Learn this, understand this. Lebanon is about 30 to 40% Christian. So when they are bombing, they're bombing your fellow Christians over there. Last time I did a video about the racism that Africans were experiencing in Lebanon. And the Israelis came to the comment section saying, oh, come to Israel, we treat Africans with dignity. BS. Who doesn't know how Africans are treated in Israel? There are Ethiopian communities there. They claim they're Jews too, so they've moved to Israel. And they have Israeli citizenship, some of them. How are they treated? They have their uteruses removed. Their men sterilized without knowing. Once they visit the hospitals, they do things to them without them knowing, just to make sure that they don't reproduce, so that their populations don't grow. We know these things. And let me tell you, Africans, Israel is a Jewish state. They want Europeans only. They don't want Arabs. They don't want Africans. Europeans only. That's why only people from the United States, from Poland, from Germany, from Australia are welcome in Israel. They easily get citizenship over there and settle down. Israel is for Europeans only.
Your Majesties, after he did this, a lot of Africans who their brother is Netanyahu and his family members, and their fatherland is Israel, came and started shouting, defending Israel, holy land, Jesus' land, Kiniko, Kiniko. And then he made another video for that, which I want you to listen to because it's important as well. But before then, when he said the Ethiopians were in Israel who claim they are Israelis and that they have Israeli documents, I think we've done a video about them as well, how they are being treated and they are being denied a place. To tell you the truth, we've done a video about that here, right? The originals of that land are not those who are there today. Those who originally inhabited that land are melanated people. Your Majesties, I just hope this thing is very complicated that sometimes you might tend not to understand, but I just hope you gradually understand these things and the game that is being played in this world. One of you said, I'm teaching so fast, so people hardly follow, so I should take it one at a time. But I think I'm trying my best, right? I'm trying my best. I went from gradually patting your head to telling you the truth raw before your faces. I prepared your mind, right? But the truth is that we need to know these histories and this truth now. The time is now. There were people who lived there prior to the Ottoman capture of that Palestine who were not Arabs. These people were melanated brothers and sisters who owns the originals of that land, Palestine, and that region where Israel is today is the melanated people that own that place. That is what I want us to talk about while we continue. Okay, so this is the second video he made because many in-laws of Netanyahu who are Africans came up and started defending Israel. So let's listen.
My brother here is asking if I've been to Israel. No, I haven't. I have no intentions of visiting Israel either. Why? Because everything there is fake. I'm a Christian, believe me. I'm a Christian, hardcore Christian, and I've got serious Christian qualifications. But I can't visit Israel because everything there is fake. You know, they'll take you to a tomb of Jesus and say, oh, this is the tomb that, Jesus resurrected from. 2,000-year-old tomb. And the person in his right mind believes this is the tomb. The person that is showing you the tomb can't find his great-grandfather's grave who died just 200 years ago. Can't point at the grave and say, this is the grave of my great-grandfather. And he's pointing at a grave of 2,000 years old. A person in my right mind like me cannot, sorry. They'll take you to a place and say, oh, this is the well where Jesus, the woman gave him water and say this is water of life and stuff like that. And this is can you find that? A well 2,000 years old, still found today. I've said in several videos, those guys are not Christians. They just hold on to Christianity for two reasons. One, for tourism. It brings them billions of dollars every year. Two, because they want support from 2 billion Christians across the world. That's all. They've recreated even the 7 places where, 14 places or something where Jesus fell when they were taking him to Gethsemane, to be crucified. They've recreated. How can you recreate this? You can't find the homes of the Romans, who existed just some 1,000 or 500 years ago. Okay, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus as a Christian. I do. But most of the stuff that they want to put in your head and stuff is all fake for the gain of other people's financially gain. That's all. It's not for the benefit of your spiritual life and all that. Just be wise up, Be a Christian and be wise.
Your Majesties, when I say fake places are created and recreated, I get some of you be like, especially those who are brother-in-law to Netanyahu and those who are his younger brothers and sisters. Oh, you get angry. How can they recreate a place? Jesus is the one that stood on this place. Jesus is the one that kiniko. Yeah? These people create places to hold you under that consciousness they created. Because it is when you are under that consciousness that their plans can keep going smoothly. You go walk your back out. You make your hard-earned money, you take it to Israel, you give it to them. And to you, you think you are building treasures in heaven because you have gone to Israel. So you now have free ticket to heaven. Africans, we need to wake up because a lot of things that we are doing is not even connecting at all. We need to do some serious critical thinking and ask questions. Is our right to know? Is your right to know? Do not just be okay with the story and then just sit down there. You don't want to know anything behind the story. Like I said, every racist in this world had a mythology, they had a story, they had a fairy tale, they had stories passed down by word of mouth, passed down by writing and symbols on the wall. They had this all along. Why must these people come together and claim they are organized religion, organizing all these mythologies together, making it one, confusing everybody for their own selfish interest? Selfish interest, like you heard, they use you to make money. If you do not go for those pilgrimages, it's going to affect them. Tourism, that's one of the things that Israel is living on. One of their major source of income, apart from the taxes they collect from the United States, is tourism. And this tourism, majority of those who patronize this tourism are Africans. Melanated brothers and sisters, your majesties. Like that our auntie that was just crying her eyes out. They tell her this is where Jesus was born, this is not here, Bethlehem. And she was You saw her now. These birds are always shouting. Your majesties, that is it. This is the level that we have gone to as Africans. They use our head anytime they want to use our heads. And a lot of people support them. A lot of Africa. I don't know when we'll begin to think right as Africans. I don't know if we will ever think right as African in this life. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of us are okay with the narrative. A lot of us are thriving with the narrative, believing in the narrative and telling ourselves that that's the truth, that's the truth. Anything else is a lie. This one is the truth. How sure are you the one you are calling a lie is truly a lie? And how sure are you the one you believe as the truth is the truth? Ask question. Always ask question, Your Majesties. Because it is against humanity that you unalive the whole race of people, take over their land, and still struggling with another group of people to unalive them and expand. It is against humanity. We shouldn't in our right senses propagate this evil that is done by the so-called Israel children of the God. You don't know that these same people are also behind the destruction of countries in Africa. You don't know. Netanyahu is part of the clique, that the group of people who are in charge on creating policies to destroy countries in the continent of Africa. And how do you think they succeed in all these things that they do? Because they know that they've carried you. You are in their palm. They put you inside their palm and have closed you inside. So you are just there inside their palm. They do with you as they will or as they wish. That is the world we live in today. If you do not want to wake up, I don't know what else you want to do with your life. Leave your thoughts and opinion there in the section, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.